is Rachel, and today I'm going to be telling you about some exciting new releases that came out yesterday, March 7th, 2017. So first up is the book that I read for this week, and that is The Roanoke Girls by Amy Engel. This is an adult mystery out from Crown Publishing, and it follows the main character, whose name is Lane Roanoke. She has kind of led this troubled life with her mom in New York, I believe, and one day her mom ends up committing suicide, and instead of going into the foster program, she has some relatives, and I don't know where they are. I know it's not North Carolina because based on the book title, I thought it was Roanoke, North Carolina, but no, I think it's someplace like Midwest. But anyway, her relatives out there in Roanoke House want her, so she moves in with them for the summer, but by the end of the summer, she decides she no longer wants to live there for reasons that become apparent as the book continues. And then years later, her cousin Allegra that she met while she was at the Roanoke house for the summer has gone missing. And it's not something that seems like it's in character with Allegra, so she is called back home to this Roanoke house while they search for this missing cousin. Now there's a couple of different plot lines going on as you continue through this book. So you have the then section, which is basically broken up through the whole book of Lane's perception of the Roanoke house, the summer while she's a teenager that she lives there. Then you have the now piece, which is Lane's visit back to the Roanoke house while her cousin Allegra is missing. And then every so many chapters, you get a chapter from the point of view of one of the Roanoke girls. The whole family, which, by the way, if you read this book, you need a bookmark or copy or take a picture with your phone of the family tree because it'll really help, because I had to refer back to it several times. But basically, the Roanoke family tree involves almost all women. There is one patriarch, and obviously he is married to a woman. He also has two sisters. They have one niece that stays with them. They have 2 or 3 daughters, and then 2 or 3, I think just 2 granddaughters. So there's quite a few women involved, and you get stories of what has happened to all these Roanoke girls. Because one of my favorite quotes in the book comes from Allegra when Lane first arrives at Roanoke House that summer, and it is that Roanoke girls never last long here. So you're discovering what has happened to all these women. So there's kind of 2 mysteries going on as well. What's going on within this Roanoke family, and then currently what has specifically gone on with Allegra, who is currently missing. There's a lot of small town dynamics that come into play and different relationships, and I think some mental issues that come up. I thought it was really interesting, and I ended up reading this in one day. I did have some faults with it. I did find myself a little bit confused sometimes. Like I said, it was hard to remember who was who, so I had to keep referring back to the family chart. But all in all, I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy this one, and I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a very kind of creepy mystery. I found this book to be fairly disturbing, so just keep that in mind. There might be some trigger warnings, but I feel like if I explain what they are, it probably would give away the mystery. So if you do have sensitivities, please go on Goodreads and kind of read through there. You will find, I'm sure, the trigger warnings there, but it wasn't awful. I mean, it didn't freak me out, but it was a little bit creepy. So I would recommend it if you're looking for, again, a good creepy mystery. If not, then steer clear. Next up is one I'm looking forward to reading, and it is another adult mystery. This one's by Ballantine. This is called Ill Will by Dan Choan. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. But again, an adult mystery. This also follows kind of 2 simultaneous mysteries. One has happened in the past, one is happening in the present. This all centers around this psychologist whose brother is about to be released from prison because he has been determined not guilty. He was wrongly convicted and he's about to be released. while this is going on, the psychiatrist is dealing with a patient who is starting to convince him that there is an active serial killer in the area. So you're getting information, I think, about both of these murders, and it sounds really interesting. I read somewhere that there's kind of a twist that you don't see coming, which that always grabs my attention, so I'll be looking for this one. Next up is one that I originally picked from the title. It's called You're Welcome, Universe by Whitney Gardner. I love that because I always sarcastically tell everybody, you're welcome, you're welcome. But anyway, I saw the title, I really liked it, so I read more about it, and I am excited about the content as well. This is a YA contemporary novel following a main character who is deaf, which I feel like we don't get a lot of, especially in YA contemporary novels, so I'm excited for that. I think it follows the story of a girl who, I believe she starts out at a deaf school, and for some reason, there's something negative written about one of her friends on a wall, so she decides to cover it up with this really beautiful graffiti mural, and somehow it gets around that she did it, so she gets kicked out of the school and has to go to a regular school, which that is going to be, I imagine, traumatic for somebody going from a deaf school into a public school that doesn't serve specifically to deaf people. I'm sure that's going to be a huge adjustment, which I'm interested in reading about, but she uses her art to really get out all of her feelings, it sounds like, and begins creating tags all around the city, and then she discovers that someone has been adding to her tags after she's finished, so it kind of starts a little graffiti war, which I'm excited about. It sounds awesome. I think there's also, I don't know how big of a part it plays, but I think there's also an LBGT type of relationship involved in this book as well. So I like the diversity in this YA contemporary. And today, the day I'm filming this, it is International Women's Day, so I want to throw at you two feminist books that I think you are going to love. The first one is Why We March. It is put out by the Artesian Press, and I think this is literally just signs from the Women's March protest. Also, one thing you need to know about this book is that all of the proceeds, I believe, from this book are going to be donated towards Planned Parenthood. Next up is Nasty Women by 404 Inc., and this is a collection of essays about what it's like to be a woman in the 21st century. So I thought both of those would be perfect titles to let you know about today, which came out yesterday, so they're all ready for you today on Women's Day. So enjoy. I hope you found something that you would like to read, and if I didn't mention your favorite pick for the week, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear about it, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you again tomorrow with another video. Bye for now.